Hello everyone, my name is Jack, and today we're going to be doing a episode on pixel art. Now, I have two characters currently in my program, and these two characters are Green Man and Goober. So, Goober was a character that I used for a game jam I did within my college, and you see, this is one I'm using for a personal project. So, Goober was done for a platformer, and this will be done for more of like a top-down kind of view of a game, kind of like the old GTA's or games like Stardew Valley, Pokemon, more of like an RPG kind of style. So both the characters are going to be downloadable. These are just templates, but I'm going to kind of show you the process I personally go through when creating a character. So the first thing I like to do is I just like to drop the opacity, right? Like, it's only a template, okay? You don't have to follow it exactly. Hell, even do it yourself. Like, if you already know pixel art and you're just kind of looking for something, excuse me, something, to help you improve, I guess. I guess this might help you improve. Now, you're probably gonna wonder, what's that random red thing? Is he okay? Is he a bit embarrassed? I sure as hell am. This is kind of like a movement, right? It reminds me of the movements. So on PC, it is WASD. For you, people who play console, it would be, joystick just up, down, left, right. So, you know, so this here would be your backwards. This would be to your right. This would be to your up, and this would be to your left. Um, This character, it's just right, left. You don't even have to worry about facing backwards or forwards, unless you've got some kind of fancy mechanic in your game where they need a backwards animation. By all means, go wild. Uh, so now, we're just going to drop the opacity here. So I think the first one I'm going to focus on is, I think I'm going to focus on Goober. So here we go. Uh, I'm going to load in a palette. So my program is called Sprite, and it allows me to basically do a lot of things that will assist me in doing pixel art faster. The palette I like to use is VGA. Now, use whatever palette. Uh, I'm not gonna suddenly appear and scrutinize you for using, the whole rainbow. I just like my style is, very. I'm gonna say minimalist. Don't hold me to that. I'm not a minimalist by any means. And, my style follows the likes of Shovel Knight. So, hmm. I think I'm gonna create a character who it's like a hammer, kind of like a hammer here or something, or maybe like a scythe. I don't know. We'll see. Well, like I have no plans for this, so we're gonna see how this goes. So, I think we should just work like up. So let's start with the legs. Okay, the legs for this character. We're just gonna scribble in like some random shoe kind of thing, like so. And then we're gonna go bim, and then I feel like this could work for something. Bim, 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 bim. Now, I never actually paid attention to any of that. I just kind of, placed dots wherever I felt dots should go, and I think this is gonna work for something. This will do, okay, as a starting point. And then we're gonna just go up and add to the body a bit, like so. I've accidentally scribbled out there, so I'm kind of just outlining him at this point. But then I kind of want to, I don't like how close these hands are. So the reason I made a template that's all floating limbs that kind of looks like Rayman is because you can just move them around freely, do whatever you feel like. I think I'm gonna move it out a bit, like here. And then same with this one. I'm just gonna grab it and I'm gonna move it out over here, maybe even lower down. Okay. We could have him like hold a weapon or something. That might be, an interesting thing if I, allow time for that. Um, so I want the arms to kind of link up. So I'm gonna go bim 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 and bim 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 bim. And we're gonna do the same here. Just do whatever you think links up the arms, makes it look alright to you. He looks very boxy, but I'm pretty sure we can fix that. Um, so we're gonna give him like a helmet, so I'm gonna go for like a knight kind of character. Uh, I've not really got any again plan for this. I've just kind of got a, oh, if this looks right to me, then this looks right to me. It looks quite god awful. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am currently not vibing with it, but it's kind of a process. It's kind of a process. Uh, there we go. So if we turn this off, let's just see what we got. We've got kind of a character thing going on here. Oh, well, obviously we've got character jack. Yeah. Um, Bam. So we turn this off, and it's like, wow. Here, I don't know why, but it reminds me of the guy from Notre Dame. What's it called? The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I think that's the thing. The movie. I find that really funny. He has like a very wide frame, which I find interesting. We're gonna work with it, and we're gonna see what we make. Now, I think I'm gonna actually redo these legs. There. So, to give him more of like a, tougher kind of stance. We're gonna make them a bit more widespread. So let's turn on our thing again, and I'm gonna shrink this down a little. Okay, never mind. Doesn't want to shrink down. Shrink down. And you as well, shrink down. Boom. And so, let's give him. There we go. See, he has a very wide stance, which I am kind of liking. We'll give him like kind of like a shadowy thing over here. I'm gonna just make this a bit thicker, emphasize kind of like a tough look. I don't even think that's emphasizing tough look. It just looks like he's carrying something very, very large, heavy. There. Okay. So that might actually add to an effect. Um, I guess that could actually add to an effect. I have no idea how this is gonna work, but we'll do it. So I don't know. We could maybe now. I'm gonna go for like a knight thing, so we could like do that. Kind of make it. Oh, whoops. uh, like that maybe. I feel like that could work somehow. Somehow I will make it work. We will make it work. Don't worry about it. It's a-okay. So, um, I'm gonna just add some random, details to them, make them look spicy. So, for a knight, I'd imagine they have like some plates here, some just armor, some fun things like that, like that. And so, I feel like I've made this a bit too thick, but that's okay. Thick with two C's, intentional, fully intentional. So I'm just gonna fill them in with orange. Now, if you despise orange, fair enough. I think it's an alright color. Use whatever you feel like using. This is already starting to look very snazzy, very, very interesting. So, I'm gonna then talk about the next part. Okay. Uh, we're just going to add some random finishing touches. When you do a pixel art sprite, okay, you want to take your base color and you want to find a color that's lighter and a color that's darker. So here I'm seeing that this is kind of darker, so this could represent like a shadow, and this is kind of lighter, so this could be like a highlight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark out the areas that I'm going to highlight. So I'm going to highlight like an area like this, and this is kind of like the area that I think deserves to be highlighted. Now I don't want to highlight all of his leg, because that would just make him look a bit flat. Uh, there. So I think that looks alright. And then I'm gonna highlight a bit in here, and so there we go. And then darker color, we're gonna go look for where the area appears to me to be more darker. So I think in here, in here. So we're just gonna bam, 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 bam that, boom, and yeah. Oh, I kind of just left like a smear across his face. There. So that's gonna be like kind of like our character for a platformer, right? I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. You could probably do something much better, right? I believe in you. But for now, that's my character. I'll call him I don't know, call him Molten. Yeah, that'll be his name. You know, something kind of edgy. We'll call him Molten. Just remind me what the name is. So, right. I spent 10 minutes talking about how to make a platforming character. Now we're gonna spend another 10 speaking about how to make a bird's eye view character. So this is, if you're more interested in this part, I most likely left a timestamp, uh, so you can choose whatever you feel like here. So discussed earlier in the video, I was talking about how one would be for a platformer like Mario, one would be for like a bird's eye view kind of game. Uh, this has a lot more sprites that you'd have to create for a sprite sheet, and yeah. So yeah, right. Boom. So we're gonna start with layer one. Okay. I'm probably gonna say just grab a black and start a new layer. So grab the black and oh sweet, oh my days, that was not what we wanted to do. So there, I don't know, outline it. Uh, outline it. Just do whatever really. Um, but doing something like this, right? You can create an interesting kind of person. Now, there is symmetry tools that you could use, but since I'm an absolute savage, I like to just do it all raw. I feel like, it helps detail the process of everything a bit more. So, I know it's a bit off. I know it's a bit off in some parts. Extremely off somehow. Confusing me. There, that seems right. Just going like that. Bim, 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 bim. Don't even worry about it, right? You'll produce something much better. I'm just doing this as an example. Um, there. So here we go. Fun little character. Beep boop. And what I'd recommend doing is probably just copying this and going to your layer 3 since it's going to use a similar kind of thing. And then designing one for this layer like that. And actually we're just gonna yoink the body a bit, Since this will be going to the side, it's just kind of a matter of get rid of some parts of his body and at some point creating a shoe for the character, like so. So adding in like a little arm, so we know what the heck's going on. And there. So we can also just copy and paste that there to that. And then you can flip it and close with that, and close with that. So now here's what we're gonna do, right? So we're gonna actually spin them around, and you can see that's really fast. Okay, now you could do some transition between it, but I'm not gonna do that. It's just for demoing purposes. But you can see that they're flipping around. They're like doing little spins. Now obviously one direction would be up, left, right, down. So let's start actually giving them color. Now, I'm looking at the very limited palette we have here, and I'm kind of liking, these blues over here. So, let's see. We'll start with like a light kind of tone to them. I feel like I should do another night again, because I feel like that was a super easy thing to do. Again, knock yourself out, do whatever. There you go. So, this is our night. Very basic kind of template. I know something like that, something like that, boom, 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 and then there. So by having something like that, you can then simply even actually copy and paste it like to here. No, no, not here. I've done this wrong. We're actually gonna copy this, paste this here, and then we're gonna take this, copy that, paste that there, and stupid right, yeah. So and so where we've pasted it here, now since they're facing away, we should actually do it so that they're facing away. So what I'm gonna suggest is that you just basically hide their helmet, and then give their back like a little different texture. I wouldn't imagine that you want to wear a shirt going back and forth. I don't know I think that would be like a good back design, right? Yeah, something like this. He reminded me of, I think his name's Blue Beetle from DC, DC Comics. I'm not sure if that's his name. Don't correct me. I'm not a big fan of DC, nor Marvel. Um, uh, yeah, so, that's kind of like a backwards thing. So, facing forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards. So then, taking that same principle we just designed upon for, like, the helmet, we could kind of, like, do like a cutoff here-ish. How's that kind of look? Yeah, it kind of looks alright. And then again, taking that blue that we had from before and just simply coloring things like that. And then looking at random things we've added to the character, such as that. We could like say that he has a shoulder guard. Random details that I hit before and after, and he had something on his legs. It would say like that. And then again, what I'm probably going to end up doing for this layer is just copy, paste, and flip it. And then that is similarly how we designed the other character, right? And so obviously grab your highlight and Kuchao right across his face, and then highlight like one side of it. This one I feel like we're just gonna actually highlight a bit more than I think we're supposed to. Yeah. So, that highlighting process there. What we could also do is if we want to just, be a bit silly, is we could just probably do, oh, whoops, probably just do one side, I was just thinking we could just shade in one entire side of him. I think it kind of defeats the whole purpose of why he's shaded, actually. Yeah, no, it just kind of defeats the whole purpose why he's shaded. It's because the light's coming from one direction. I kind of wanted to make a One Direction reference there, but I don't know One Direction. Not at all. Uh, there we go. And then this back kind of approach, you know what we're gonna do? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a special thing called copy paste and shabam, 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 and shabam, shabam, shabam. Boom. I just realized that it had a back pattern. We're gonna pretend that was never there. Advisably, I would say, do the pattern, but for this purpose, I'm really just trying to demo. I'm really trying not to keep you for too long. Spins kind of actually works a bit better now. Yeah, it just kind of looks like, his helmet spinning around. And yes, this later. So copy paste, flip it, bam. So they actually done. We're gonna drag this character here. Maybe not like that actually. We're gonna drag him. I wanna put him here. So I can just show you side by side. So here's Molten, and I think I'm gonna call you Drip, because he do be rocking that drip though. Yeah, so literally that is it for the characters. Now, you could actually animate this one by giving him a walking animation or even an attack animation, which I do think I'm gonna go over in a follow-up video that I will record right after this, because that's actually a fun idea. But yeah, so honestly, just have fun, knock yourself out. Don't literally, because I don't want to be responsible for anything like that. um, if you enjoyed this, I'm planning on doing more kind of art videos. I'm planning on maybe even touching on some programming. I'm thinking of touching on maybe gaming. I don't really know. Whatever really comes to mind. Yeah. I hope you all had fun watching me suffer through this first video, and good luck.